Erling Haaland has settled into his new surroundings very, very quickly. In fact, it's dangerous how quickly he seems to have found his feet in England. While most were quick to suggest that adding Haaland to City's incredible squad would mean having somebody there to finish off all the chances Manchester City's squad creates. Except, Haaland has become a poacher and so much more. His performance against Newcastle was one of a man on a mission. He charged down on goal with every counter City managed. He would use his immense strength to hold defenders off and twist and turn to wriggle free. Nick Pope had an extraordinary game for Newcastle at the back, saving many one-on-ones, and if it weren't for him, Haaland at least could have easily scored 2 or 3 goals. After a week of criticism following game week 2, where even though Haaland had got himself an assist, there was a lot of clamour around his anonymous performance, with many accusing him of disappearing in the game. This was a different Haaland though, and perhaps one who had seemed to listen to his critics and decided to make them shut up. Haaland is a world-class striker, and he's going to terrorise defences this season for sure. Hi guys, and welcome to Football Talk, where we give you the latest transfer news, Ballon d'Or updates, and team news from around Europe's top 5 leagues. Like the content if you enjoy what we're doing on this channel. We're currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so subscribe if you want to support us on this journey and bringing you the best football content on YouTube. Back to the video. Erling Haaland is a beast of a footballer, and if the early signs of his City career are anything to go by, then it's very likely he will only improve tremendously as the months of the season go by. Unlike the other videos on this channel, where we go into a complex breakdown of the tactics that a manager employs, along with the lyrics of the sort of player profiles a manager possesses, Guardiola is different. Everybody knows how Pep's teams play. We've been seeing poetry in motion for several years, whether it was at Barcelona or Bayern and now City. It's strange, to be honest. Pep Guardiola is literally the best manager we've ever seen with our own eyes. He has the best winning percentage of any of the modern managers. He has consistently dominated every league that he's been in, going up against the greatest managers in the game every week and still coming out on top. In the 6 seasons that Pep Guardiola has been at Manchester City, he's finished third just once, and that was his first season at the club, when Chelsea under Antonio Conte stormed to the Premier League title. Very rarely does a manager win a title in his first year, especially given how drastically Pep changes a squad's way of playing. In the subsequent 5 seasons, Pep finished second just once behind Liverpool in 2020, the year the pandemic hit. He has won the Premier League in 4 out of the 6 seasons he's spent there. Go to his time in Bayern before that. In 4 seasons, he finished first 4 times. There's often a misconception about Guardiola's time at Bayern, and how he was winning a Farmers League that has overall been dominated by Bayern forever, and Guardiola winning there is no significant achievement. Yes, Jupp Heynckes finished as the Bundesliga champion the year before Guardiola arrived, but in the 10 seasons before Guardiola joined, Bayern won the league just 4 times. Jupp Heynckes winning in 2013 was the first time Bayern regained the title since Louis van Gaal won it in 2010. Guardiola revolutionized the way football was played at Bayern. He won 80.4% of all his games in the Bundesliga, and Hansi Flick came closest to matching his record of earning 2.52 points per game with 2.45. The reason we bring these numbers up is simple. In the time Guardiola has managed at City, nobody has gotten more points than his City side, nobody has broken more records, and nobody has won more titles. The story is the same in Germany. In fact, Guardiola's records in Germany were even more impressive, and nobody has come close to matching them since. His team in Spain was the best in the world by a mile. Mourinho was revered and respected so much because of his ability to make that Barcelona team look fallible, even snatching the league from them in Guardiola's last year in Spain. In the 14 seasons that Pep Guardiola has been a manager, there are just 3 seasons where he hasn't won the league. Just 3. One of those seasons was his first in the Premier League. One was a loss to Jose Mourinho's Real Madrid team with Ronaldo at his peak, and the other was a pandemic year. Just 3 out of 14. For some strange reason, he seems to be a victim of his own success. Despite having won 11 league titles, many are still quick to dismiss his extraordinary achievements. He is regularly labelled the darling of the media by disgruntled fans, who label him things like fraudiola because of his inability to win the Champions League. And that's where this huge tangent is going to suddenly start making sense again. Guardiola's style of play is defined by the rigorous patterns, triangles and ball progressions along a preset path. His manner has been such that regardless of the personnel playing for City, they create plenty of chances, and the goals scored have been distributed among all of City's midfielders and wingers. These patterns all work when it comes to a season of playing football at a consistently high level. But when it comes to knockout games, it's not usually the best team that wins, but rather the team that's hungrier and willing to take the game by the scruff of the neck are the ones that come out. There's no better example than Real Madrid's 2022 Champions League win. Real Madrid deserved to win, but it would take a deluded fan to say that they were not second best against PSG, City and Chelsea for large portions of the games they played against them. Liverpool didn't trouble them much all in the final, so we're not including them in this list. But PSG and City especially had Madrid on the ropes for most of their matches. Guardiola's addition of Erling Haaland and another winger in Jack Grealish defines a change in Guardiola's approach. It's no longer enough to win just the league he's in. Now it's all about getting the biggest trophy in European football. Jack Grealish is a player far more direct than most of the options that City have. His dribbling ability and creative presence can upset the systematic approach that Guardiola's City has and bring in more anarchy. Couple that with Haaland's direct running and bullying of defenders with his strength and speed, and you have a frightening prospect. Riyad Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden and all players that we've seen benefit immensely from Haaland's unorthodox attacking approach. Or rather, Haaland is the most conventional of strikers, but he's completely different from what Guardiola's strikers are usually like, especially at City. With 3 goals already for Haaland in just 3 games, you can only expect the striker to be competing for the Golden Boot in the Premier League and the Champions League. His introduction has given more room for City's wingers and midfielders to play. His constant last-man runs and darts towards the box have left opposition defenders preoccupied. Such is his strength and threat that opposition players are scared to leave him alone at all. In fact, Bernardo Silva's goal and Gundogan's goal against Newcastle are perfect examples of that. In the case of Gundogan's goal, Haaland had the attention of both Trippier and Fabian Schär. This allowed Gundogan to drift into space Haaland's presence had created. For Bernardo's goal, Haaland ran straight behind Botman, getting him to follow him, leaving acres of space behind for Bernardo to run into De Bruyne's pass and finish calmly. De Bruyne's connection with Haaland is also scary, given how De Bruyne's unique passing ability and vision can immensely be beneficial to Haaland. As long as Haaland's making a run, De Bruyne can find him. This year might just be the year that City become more unpredictable with the formidable presence of Erling Haaland. Given PSG's form in France with Galtier finally integrating Messi, Neymar and Mbappe into the same team without compromising on the team's defensive shape, we might just see Haaland and Mbappe face to face in this year's Champions League final.